Welcome to Cooking with Kaski. My name's Ty, and today we're just gonna be making a simple dish. It's just gonna be egg fried rice. With that, we're just gonna be using eggs, rice, soy sauce, sesame seed oil, green chili, green onions, garlic, and spam. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, we're gonna first start off with the green onion. For the green onion, you want to cut off the kind of tip of it because that's just the part we're not going to use. And just do 1 to 2 inch centimeters kind of cuts all the way down through until you start seeing where the green starts changing into light green. Yeah, just cut a decent amount. You don't want to go too overboard. Alright, next up we're going to do green chili. I would have preferred a red chili, but I kind of have to work with what I'm given. I couldn't find a red chili anywhere, like many things later on. But yeah, we're just going to do a dice cut, very plain and simple. Now I'm going to leave them just a little bit more bigger because that's what I kind of prefer. And we're just going to see how it goes out at the end. Alright, next up is a try and true thing that you have to have in almost any other dish is an onion. We're just going to cut off the ends here and then cut it once in half. We're only going to be using like one portion, so we only need half the onion. And for the onion, we're just going to do a dice cut just like we did with the chili. And when you're doing the dice cut, just make sure to leave a little bit off at the end, so don't cut fully through all the way. Leave a little bit at the end because when you go back at the other side, you want it to kind of stay together. Now, I would have preferred having a Charlotte. It's just a better onion, like it has more flavor. It's a bit more expensive, but it's not terribly that much. But once again, I just could not find these. I checked like 3 other stores, and for some reason they're gone. But this is a good substitute, and it works just fine. All right, next up is garlic, and garlic is an essential part of any Asian dish. And many people will say that you can't have too much garlic. You can never have too much garlic, and that's kind of why we're going for five cloves in this dish. That's kind of like the perfect amount. I would say going 2 more is probably too much, and 2 less is not enough, type of a thing. And what you want to do with this is you want to do as fine as a cut as you can get, but keep in mind, don't cut yourself. You have horrible grip on it, and it's so small that one small move and you're gonna cut yourself. Just cut comfortably and don't try to risk it because it's not gonna work out for you. I can guarantee you that. All right, right after garlic, we're gonna move on to spam, and I know some people are gonna say, "Why spam? It's disgusting." No, spam is amazing. I've talked to a couple of people who say like spam is awful, and they say that because they've been eating it raw, which you should never do raw. It's awful for you. You should at the minimum just cook it like in a pan, like sear it for a bit, and it'll be just fine. You don't want to ever eat spam raw, but anyways, I'm getting off topic. What you want to do is you just want to cut it into tiny cubes, and we'll put those cubes into a bowl, which we'll be putting in later on during the cooking. And it'll be kind of like the part of the protein part, and you'll see what I'm talking about later on. So right after the spam, we're just gonna whisk some eggs. I don't think I need to show you how to do that. I guess the only thing different that Asians do than other people is that we just use chopsticks. That's really it. There's not anything special to it. But anyways, yeah. Moving on to the next part. All right, you're gonna set the temperature on the stove up to high, and what you're gonna do is you're basically just gonna put oil in, and you're gonna coat the sides. Move the pan around to coat all the sides, and you just kind of wait. You're gonna wait until it starts smoking, and you can like visually see it. Once you see it starts smoking quite a bit, that's when you kind of know to take it off, pour out the oil that's already in it, and what you can do is you're just gonna add new oil in. All right, once you put the new oil in, you just want to immediately then put in the onions and garlic. This is gonna be the first thing you put in there, and you want to play with it, move it around, and you have to kind of wait until it starts getting caramelized. Don't wait till it's too caramelized. Just right when it starts changing color a bit, that's when you kind of want to. It gives you the hint to move on to the next part. All right after the onions and garlic start caramelizing and starting to have that change in color, you want to put in the protein of the dish, which the protein would be spam and eggs that we whisked up. Just put them right in there, and once again, you just want to play with it. Move it around, don't let anything stick. Just move it around and keep everything in rotation. And once they start clumping up together, that's kind of the signal to you that you should start adding in the rice. Alright, the thing about the rice is you want to use day-old rice. You don't want to use new rice, because the new rice that you use, it'll just stick together, and whenever you break it apart, it'll just stick to something else, and it's horrible. That's why you use day-old rice, and it just breaks apart a lot easier and works out fantastically. Just keep on putting it in until your ancestors tell you to stop. And then you just want to play with it again. Move it around and shake it up. And then right after you put in the rice and move it around for a bit, that's where you want to put in your oil. And that's, we'll be using soy sauce and sesame seed. Once again, your ancestors will tell you to stop when you've had enough. Right after you add in the rice, the soy sauce, and the sesame seed oil, what you want to do is you want to get ready for the garnish. The garnish is basically just going to be the chili and the green onions. Those two things will just be put at last, and when you put them in, you want to make sure you turn off the heat, and just keep on moving it. Keep on moving the dish, and right after that, you should be ready to plate. Alright, let's give this a try then. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you, that is pretty damn good. If I were to do anything, I would have cut the chili up a bit more so it was a bit smaller. I would have liked to add added MSG, but Can't really do too much about that, mainly because I just couldn't find them in stores. Anywhere I looked, they just didn't have it. Otherwise, I think I did pretty well. I think overall it was a pretty good dish. Wasn't too many things I could have changed, but yeah. This is just a very quick and easy meal you can make that's relatively really fast. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and please leave a comment about what you want me to make next. The next 2 dishes, I don't really have it planned, so you can just let me know and I'll try to find a recipe and do other stuff about that. Please check out my other peers types of stuff. They're really cool and they're pretty interesting for the most part. No matter what kind of stuff you like, you should find something similar. So if you do want to check them out and support other people like me, check out JHS Creative Communications. That's the same name for both Spotify and YouTube. Yeah, please check us out.